Hello and welcome to this video. And this video I'll be doing an introduction to input method. So input method is a way to get user input. So anytime you want to ask a user a question and you want them to answer it, they can actually do that in the console right here down at the bottom. So the input statement is pretty simple. So you ask a question to the user, what is your name, right? So you're asking the user for something, you print that out to the screen. Right now, if I run it, nothing happens. So we just get the question and it just stops. The way we can tell it is stop because we can run it again, and if it's still running, this would be red, right? Stop button would be red, it would be enabled. It's not right now. So what we can do is we can use the input function to get the user input, something from the user. So let's say we're going to ask the user for their name and we want them to type that in. We can ask them using an input statement or input method, and it actually returns a value. It returns a string. So whatever the user types in gets returned. But when something gets returned, we gotta put that in a variable, or we gotta save it somewhere, right? So we can do name equals 2. So now this right here gets the input and saves it in a variable called name. So if I run it right now we can see the program is running. It's not stopped. I can stop it right now. It's stopped on this input right here. So I can click on here and I can actually type in my name. So I can say USMAN Usman and hit enter. As soon as I hit enter, the program ends because that was the last line. It saves it in the name and it just ends. If I want to make sure that it saves it in the name, I can actually print the name out, and we'll be able to see if it actually worked. All right, so now I'm going to type in my name, hit enter, and as soon as I hit enter, I run line 4, print statement, and it prints whatever I typed in. It doesn't have to be my name. I can just type in anything I want, and whatever I type in gets saved in a variable. So that's how you actually get the name input from the user. So you can do it this way, or there's also, you don't need the extra print statement. You can get rid of that and you can just type in the prompt inside the input statement. That would work the exact same way. I'm going to run it and I'm going to type in a bunch of letters. I hit enter. Those letters get saved into the variable called name, and we can print out that name. Right? So now, every time you get something from the user, doesn't matter what they type in, it goes in as a string. So I'm going to type in number 5, and hit enter. That is actually a string. The reason we can tell it's a string, we can try to perform math on it, and we can run it, and that gives you an error and tells you that you're trying to concatenate string and an integer. That is actually not allowed. So this 5 right here is an integer, and this is a string, even though I typed in a 5. So to convert this, there are two ways we can do it. So we can do name equals to int, and we can pass that in, and we can save it to the same variable. Now, whatever the user types in, so this question doesn't make sense anymore because we're working with numbers. Please enter a number, right? So this string is only to display to the user. The programming, the numbers, whatever they type in doesn't have anything to do with it. We're going to tell the user what they need to type in. So that's what the string is for. Run it. Please type in a number. I'm going to type in number 5, and then I can actually do math on it because I converted to int. Right here. The other way we can do it is on the same line. We can do int. And so what this is going to do is going to display a message to the user. It's going to work inside out. So it's going to display the message to the user. It's going to get the input from the user as a string. It's going to convert it to an integer and then save it to the variable called name. And then if you wanted to, we can do math on it. So if I do 55, and then in the print statement, we have 55 plus 5 equals to 60. The result is 60. Right. So that's the introduction to the input statement.